What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. Tonight we're going to be checking out a build that I've been getting asked a lot of questions about, and that is my XM177 clone. Now, I just completed this build probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and really what inspired me to do this build is the Brownell's Retro line of rifles. Now, I've never been a big fan of carry handle ARs, and once Brownell's released their Retro line, I just really had an itch to do a carry handle AR. And I've also been wanting another AR pistol, so I thought, you know what, the XM177 will be a great platform to go off of. And I have been calling this an XM177 clone. Some purists out there get mad because this is not an exact down-to-the-T XM177 clone. Your XM177s are going to have that long flash hider, pinned and welded, allowing you to run an adjustable brace. And I know on the Brownell's Retro line of rifles, that is exactly how their XM177s are. But I really wanted to do this build and kind of put my own twist on it. So I am calling this an XM177. If that makes you mad, if you're a purist, I'm sorry. I don't mean to hurt your feelings. But this is my XM177 clone, and tonight we're going to be going over the parts that I used for this, and unfortunately, because of YouTube's new firearms policies, I cannot leave the parts list below. I know a lot of the guys that have been asking to see this have been asking for a parts list, and I keep telling them, you know, soon I'll do the video, just hold up, give me some time. And what I'm going to do there is leave a link to my Daily Motion page as well as Facebook page where I will be leaving the parts list, other links, discount codes, and that is really what helps the channel out a lot, guys. More than anything is when you guys visit those links, purchase things, I do get some kickback on some of the affiliate links, and that is what allows me to keep on making videos. Now, I do have a Patreon. If you guys want to support that, that's great. If not, that's fine too. I'm not here to beg anybody or ask anybody for anything, but those are the things you can do to help support the channel. So definitely click those links below and follow me on those platforms. Now, let's jump into this build. So, first things first, the gun is clear, and I don't know why, but I've been running this Bushmaster 10-round magazine in this gun. This does have a little limit stopper on here. This is an old school magazine. I'm honestly not even sure where I got this. I think maybe my wife's uncle gave it to me if I'm not mistaken, and I think it just looks really, really cool in this gun. Now, along with this build, I did get a few of the new Brownell's steel magazines, and this does have the green follower. These have been running great. I really do like the look of them, and I do have some steel magazines, but I wanted a few more to go with this type of old school build. I just think it really does fit the build good. The main heart and soul of this rifle is going to be the upper. As you guys know, a bolt carrier group and a barrel is really probably the most important parts of the rifle as far as it being a quality rifle. You can throw just about any lower on there, just about any stripped upper. Most of them are the same and come from the same place. But as long as you put a quality bolt carrier group and a quality barrel in your AR-15, you should be good to go. Now, this upper is a complete Bushmaster 11.5-inch upper, and the only place that I see that sells these is Brownell's, and they're currently out of stock, and that's another reason why I've kind of been holding off on this video. I didn't want to release this video and have people ask me what parts were used, and then Brownell's is sold out. So, one thing that I have found is over at Palmetto State Armory, they do have 10.5-inch uppers that are exactly like this. Not really up to the quality of this upper, but they do have 10.5-inch uppers that are selling for I think $179 without a bolt carrier group or charging handle. That would be cool. You can get a build similar to this one out of that. But this upper here is an 11.5-inch Bushmaster upper. It does come as a complete upper with bolt carrier group, charging handle. The barrel is chrome lined, and it is a very, very solid upper. Now, I have right around 200 rounds through this thing, maybe a little bit more than that, and I'll go ahead and roll in some range footage so you guys can check that out. Now as far as the lower we used, this is an Aero Precision Gen 2 stripped lower. Great lowers, and for the price of these lowers, I am really impressed with the overall finish of them. I know you can pick up lowers pretty cheap right now. I do have an Anderson lower, and it is a quality lower as far as being in spec, but the finish really sucks on it, just to be honest. And the finish on this Aero Precision lower is awesome. Since I got this Aero lower, I went ahead and purchased the Aero Precision M4E1 lower, and I just finished this 10.5 inch AR pistol build. We will be doing videos on that later. But my point here is I'm really impressed with the products that Aero Precision is putting out. Now the parts kit that I used for this lower is a parts kit that's offered at Brownells. I'm not really sure who makes all of the parts for it, but the trigger is a Hyperfire EDT trigger. It's not their top tier trigger, but for the money, I think it was like $110 for the whole lower parts kit, maybe $100. I'm really impressed with this trigger. Now I know a lot of guys have recommended running the Hyperfire, I forget what it is, maybe 24C I believe it is. I've heard a lot of good things about that trigger, and maybe that's something we'll get our hands on soon. So I really did want to try out a Hyperfire trigger, and the EDT trigger is a damn good trigger for the money. Now moving down, I did run a factory, stock AR-15 style grip on this build. I did want to keep things kind of as original as possible. Now I kind of battle with that. I did want to go with an exact clone, but I was like, man, that flash hider is just ugly. And another thing that I did change up was the trigger guard. I just really dislike those flat trigger guards. I think they make the rifle look so ugly. And I'm not the biggest fan of the grip, but that is something that I can tolerate a little bit more. Personally, I like to run the MOE K2 grips or the BCM Mod 0 grips, where they are canted forward just a little bit more. It is much more comfortable while shooting the gun. Now moving back from there, we're running a CAC buffer tube. And this is, the CAC Industries pistol buffer tube. These are great. I run them on a few other builds. Awesome products. They're relatively cheap. And then we're also running the SB Tactical brace. I'm a huge fan of SB Tactical. They make awesome products. And with this build, I've had a lot of guys say, are you going to SBR it? And that would be cool. But with SB Tactical braces, I'm almost like, why would I ship out $200, wait, 6 months, and then not be able to take this across state lines? I just think it's a big waste of money when you can go out and purchase an SB Tactical brace and get everything you get out of an SBR without paying that $200 and waiting and not being able to cross state lines. Those are just my opinions. If you have an SBR or you want one, that's great. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying this is how I personally look at things. Now with this build, I put a little over 200 rounds through it. It has functioned absolutely flawless. This thing is fun to shoot at the range. I have some guns that are, when I go to the range, it's like I do want to practice, and I do practice with this. I don't just waste ammo, but this is one of those guns that it's like, it's fun to shoot. Now, if you guys shoot a lot, you know what I mean. I don't know, it's hard to explain that, but I do have some guns that are just like fun. If I'm gonna go to the range to have fun, I take certain guns, and if I'm gonna go to the range and do more of like training type drills, I take those guns. But this gun here is something that I think I'm gonna enjoy for a long time to come. And one little finishing touch that I put on here, and once again, I don't know if this is clone correct, but I liked it and I think it's pretty cool. That UID tag from Carolina Laser Works. Now, these things are like 10 bucks, $9.99 to get a UID tag. They ship it out really quick. I think I had this thing like 4 days after I ordered it, and it really does add a pretty cool touch to this rifle. So if you guys are planning on doing a clone build, definitely check out Carolina Laser Works. Great service. Like I said, it was like 10 bucks, and it does have a few different things. The top is cage number, and I put GG226, kind of corny, but I thought it was kind of cool. Below that it says part number, I put XM177, and then under serial number, I put the serial number of this lower. So that is pretty much gonna wrap it up on this. I'm gonna roll in some more range footage for you guys, and I think here soon we're just gonna do a range video where we take this thing out, see how it performs at certain distances, and just have a little bit of fun with it. So don't forget to click those links below, head over, check out the parts list, keep up on the latest links and discount codes, and also check out GlockGuy226.com. I'm in the process of building a website where I can host all of my content. Right now, I don't have any videos up, but I do have an email subscriber list where you guys can subscribe to that list. I will shoot out emails every time I post a video, anytime I get new coupon codes, things like that. So definitely keep up with me there. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.